All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to 5WC. We have Chile versus Japan for you. Depending on what time of day it is for you, could be this evening, could be this morning. It is late night for myself, and I believe Noob as well. And hello.
Hello,
Feel free to
hello.
introduce
Yes, this
yourself. How are
is.
you doing?
I'm doing great. This is definitely a little bit later in the night for both of us here on the east or west coast of America. Here we have a duo set of matches here for us to enjoy. Chile, Japan, into I believe Philippines, Peru. So doubleheader here tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, looking super forward to that. We've had some really exciting matches today. And yeah, I didn't realize it, but it's already Sunday in UTC time, so we have some Sunday matches coming up. Thought we were done for the day, but no.
Yeah, you always think you're done, and then you get hit by those 3 to 6 UTC match slots, where it's just so perfect for the Asia versus America time slot. I know personally, I love playing at this time. But we already have our protects down into here. We have Japan protecting Nomad 5 and Chile protecting DT3. Fairly expected protects. I know Japan, one of the only map slots that Japan actually outperformed Chile in the qualifiers was that Nomad 5 slider gimmick slot. Japan obviously wants to pick that up at some point in this match. And Chile basically is a very mechanics focused forwarded team in comparison to this Japanese roster, so banning or protecting like a DT3, DT anything is a good protect there.
Yeah, we do see Chile banning out Hidden 2, more of the gimmicky pick, and protecting DT3, lining up with basically what you just said. Japan doing their research, banning DT2. So clearly one team does not like speed here.
I have some beef, Stage, I have to say. Hard Rock 3 ban, I don't like it. I want to hear that song at least once this weekend, and I believe we have not had a play on it yet.
I don't think we have. We've seen lots of Nomad 5 protects this, today, this day of matches. Teams really wanting to flex that gimmick muscle.
Oh yeah, and definitely it feels like a very approachable map in this lower SR pool where it's not even 5 stars, especially after we've dropped the circle size of that Nomad 5 down from circle size 5 to circle size 4.3, making it that much more approachable. We do see Chile banning Hidden 1 as their last ban, just deciding to take out Hidden. Japan has one very, very notable player on their team, and they are a Hidden player, a Hidden main, known as, it's their captain, it's Reime. And going into that Hard Rock 1 for first pick Chile. Again, we will see a battle between mechanics and gimmick here. A tale as old as time, some might say.
We're back to STT3. Hello, Rob. Yes. What? Did my mic do something?
No, I didn't hear it over here. But anyway, Hard Rock 1, it's a Hard Rock 1. If you've been around the tournament scene at all, you kind of know what you're expecting with Hard Rock 1. It is a little bit higher BPM in that 205 range, but it is basically just straight aim. We will see some bursts that could catch up players, but we have seen the majority of the misses in other matches be to just raw aim.
Such a good song.
This is I definitely think out of everything in this pool, I think we have made really good song selections. I've seen a lot of people really love Hard Rock 1, Hard Rock 2, and even like Nomad 3, Nomad 4. I've heard a lot of good feedback on song selection, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, I think you guys have done a great job with this pool. I mean, seriously, hats off.
Obviously, you know, as a pooler, you can never look at something and be like, oh, this is 100% perfect. You can always look at blemishes, but I definitely think in general, it's been a really good pool to showcasing and making really memorable points in matches.
Yeah, well, it looks like Lasse and Sifs, the two, seems like those are the two strong players for Chile. Probably going to be perma-lobby tonight.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if either of these players go out for anything. Last thing might come out for some hidden maps, but Sif's played 13 of 13 in qualifiers. This man probably has the highest ETX rating in this tournament. I don't want to say probably, but I looked at his 7.2 ETX and I was like, whoa, what is going on here?
Yeah, that's on up there.
But yeah, that man's a beast. He's gonna play every map, and we will see if he can hold up to the hype we've given him.
All right, here we go. Once Bancho catches up. Into this Hard Rock 1 pick by Chile. Obviously, a very early act lead going for Chile right now. We see Raimi having a bit of some act trouble here for Japan. Dropping down to 88%, yeah.
And that will be, I don't want to say a consistent theme throughout this match, but Raimi has been shown to be able to combo their way through some of these DT and Hard Rock maps with not so great accuracy, but they will be holding, I believe, at that.
And we see a couple drops here coming out from Chile now. 2-on-2. Both teams have 2 players with FCs at this point.
Yeah,
this map is relatively short as well, it seems.
Yeah, we are already a quarter of the way through it, and while this is a pretty consistent map, it does not get much harder than this. We are getting around to our spike here with all these square patterns.
We have 2 FCs for Japan. I believe Chile only has 1 remaining. Looking to claw it back here at the halfway point. Sif's the main carry player for Chile dropping. A bit unexpected. We see some supporting combo struggles, for both teams here, though.
Yeah, and it was one of the maps that got touted for being one of the easier maps in this pool. We were seeing a 2-1 lead here in Japan, and even though the score has not ticked their way yet due to low accuracies just around the Japanese team, they do have the combo lead, but we see Jerry missing, and now we're back to 1v1.
Yeah, Chile is just holding this score lead, 160k. It is pretty stagnant. Not going towards either side. Actually, Chile is inching it out slightly with some more drops from Japan, and that's not from Raimi, not going to help anyone.
But last day drops, and now it's just Kotomori. We will see that score slowly but surely going back towards the Japanese side, but will there be enough map?
Ooh. Yeah, there's barely enough time, I think, actually. 50k and dropping? Oh. Yeah, we see some supporting combo drops from Japan, not helping Kotomori clutch things out, and unfortunately not able to bring it back. Chile will be taking this first point on their pick.
Yeah, it looked a little scary there for a second, but we will see that the accuracy difference between Chile and Japan made that lead crazy. And even though Kotomori was the only one FCing, it just was not enough.
Yeah, we've seen a common theme here just over the match weekend so far. We see some carry players able to really put on a great show, and then sometimes there's a 4th player syndrome, or just some of the low-hanging fruit not able to bring up enough supporting combo when it's needed the most. Really good performance from Kotomori, though.
You just hate to see that, but that's okay. All you have to do is push on. That was not Japan's pick, that was Chile's pick, so Japan can brush themselves off and say, hey, look, even though we're down bad in the seeding, we have a chance here. Look at what we just did on their first pick. We got really close.
100%. Yeah, no, we've seen so many upsets, like pick'em upsets today, if you would phrase it that way. A lot of 5-4s, Hong Kong going to tiebreaker. I mean, that was just insane.
That Hong Kong tiebreaker was like art. I was literally driving home and I was listening to it, and very few commentators could like commentate that tiebreaker like Blink Tap did. Like, if you haven't watched that, you need to go watch that, because that was
beautiful.
That game literally gave me goosebumps.
Blank Tap the GOAT. We are going to see Nomad 4 from Japan, though.
Yeah, this has been a very, very common pick just throughout this stage I don't think I've seen a map or a match that has not had this map featured. And I can kind of see it. This is a very beginner-friendly tech map. There is some slider patterns in here that will trip up some players that are rather sight-reading or very nervous. But this is a lot of just like a little bit of cursor control, burst into cursor control, burst into faster slider kind of tech, making it just very approachable for most players in this tournament.
I'm not a totally pure mechanics pick like you would expect from like a DT or a Hard Rock map, so probably going to give Chile a little bit more of a challenge than just kind of sweeping on that. So looking forward to seeing what Japan can produce for us here.
This was one of the maps that Romania got a point off of USA earlier today, too. So definitely a map that brings. I don't like saying the word coin flip map, but this is definitely a map that if you are consistent enough at it, you can definitely strong arm your way into a point, because that's exactly what Romania did earlier today.
We're just waiting on Japan's fourth player here. And it's going to be Hale coming in for the first time today.
Mm-hmm. Not a huge surprise if you know this Japanese roster. There is a good amount of good tech players on this Japanese team. Tech was the Nomad 4 in qualifiers was also one of the maps that Chile and Japan did very closely together in terms of score. So maybe this is we're feeling tech, we're feeling good. Let's go into this and see if we can get a point on the board.
Yeah, that point on the board is so important. You know, half of the battle in these tournament matches is mental, so you know, once you get that momentum, it's really easy to keep it up. A lot harder to come back from like a 2-0 and then it's their pick.
Mm-hmm. And we have just started this map, but we have already seeing some of these faster sliders here on our screen. I feel like 6-star tech maps like this feel like they rather look a lot harder than they play, or they play a lot harder than they look. I think this map looks a little bit harder than it plays. Some of these faster sliders, a lot of them don't have ticks on them, so you'll see even you can get in situations where like, okay, I just need to hold. So I'm just going to try to hit the head and then move on to the next note.
Yeah, for sure. It looks a little bit easier than it is, but we've seen so many people break just like Sifs, breaking on that awkward slider. Nev's
Maybe
following it up as well. Yeah, Japan just racing, bringing that lead so far, 200k and climbing at this point.
And this map is fairly consistent. Like you see these patterns. These patterns, there's a little bit of jumps in here, like that slider. But nothing that you can really break on. Everyone went through one of the square slider patterns here. And Japan's just shredding.
Yeah, Japan just looks so comfortable. Hale did drop the FC, followed by Jerry, traded by Yumta on Chile. There are 2 FCs on the board. Both are for Team Japan. Kotomori looking so comfortable with a high 98% accuracy on this. Unfortunate slider break for Jerry. Oh wait, that was a Bancho break actually. Yeah, he has a 99.75. Just dominating.
And you blink and the score is already a million over on Japan's side and the map is finished.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping to see. Japan gets some momentum on a non-mechanics, you know, like a DT pick. And now Chile's probably looking to flex that DT muscle.
Yeah, they need to go into some more mechanics maps. It's hard to find raw mechanics in a SR pool like this, but there's definitely some maps that are very, very Chile favored just because of the nature of how map pools get created. And it seems like they are going into that mechanics focused map in Free Mod 1.
Yeah, I'm just instantly going for a bit of a speedier pick here. 222 BPM if I'm reading that right.
Yeah,
or is that 220?
You are reading that correctly. It is 222, and it is not super stamina intensive, but there is still burst. And this is very much like a burst into a jump into a burst kind of map, which with CS 3.5 isn't a huge deal, but remember, you have to have a total of 4 mods, so rather you slap on Hard Rock and that aim is now non-trivial, and you have to worry about your OD, or you slap on Hidden, and then it's a density check. And if you're not comfortable with Hidden, you're floundering a little bit here and there.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some hidden floundering this weekend.
Yeah, I'm always interested to see what teams opt to do mod-wise on free mod, because we did. I wasn't explicit on like how the free mod works, but it looks like it was created to really try to get people on that easy mod, maybe even on that flashlight mod, whatever. This map probably isn't something we see either of those in, but also we can look at who are the hard rock players that are also comfortable with hidden, because you can slap on hidden hard rock, and that's 2 of your 4 mods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the basic premise with these free mod rules was more of a high risk, high reward kind of situation or strategy you can put yourself in. If you want to choose to build a team around hidden hard rock, you can do that. If you really just want that, that extra Nomad, yeah, you can totally do that. Or, we can, it's very flexible. It's designed to be very flexible. So, I just think it leaves room for more strategy. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And I feel like on a map like this, it's even harder to slap on hard rock. You can, if you're a good hard rock player, if you're a good speed player, like, okay, slap on hard rock, whatever. But then it's going to turn into like, well, okay, I have to actually think about my aim now, and then my tapping is going to go because I'm thinking about my aim, and it's all sort of things that fit together on a stage like this.
Mm-hmm.
We interestingly do see 2 overmods from both of these teams.
That's unexpected. Double hidden hard rock. Everyone has hard rock. Japan opting for the 2 hiddens though.
Which makes sense. Reime is definitely probably a hidden preference player, and Kotomori, I can believe, would also be a hidden preference player over the Nomad.
Yeah, Jerry immediately showing some struggle with hidden hard rock. I almost wonder if, it was a preference to take hidden hard rock, or if, they wanted some extra score out of this.
And I will say it is really hard to act this at the beginning, and we did see a lot of his drops come from the beginning, where that 1/3 section is. But we are deep into this map, and we're seeing
this map is so short.
A 3v3 still. Jerry and Sif's the only one breaking so far, but then we do see Subanban dropping as well.
Yeah, Jerry building up an amazing supporting combo for Japan, 400 plus with HDHR. If he can hold out just a bit longer, it's going to be a lot more comfortable for Japan. And everyone can see each other's scores at this point. 200k for Chile at the halfway point. Everyone hits the awkward streams.
And we won't be seeing any sort of weird slider breaking from these reverses either.
Oh, who's going to do it? No one! Wow. It's a bit hard to read.
Especially on hidden. And we were getting into it with a little bit more finger control-y, a little bit more bursty. Still don't see anyone breaking on pure stamina here, but we are getting into the most intense part of this map.
There goes the K for Chile. 300k in climbing. Actually decreasing slightly, but yeah, there's just not enough map left.
And we're seeing a very similar scenario like in Hard Rock 1, where Japan might have a little bit of a combo lead, but their accuracies are holding them back just slightly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that was double FC. 2 FCs for both teams here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, 2 FCs.
Yeah.
Just some accuracy diffs there.
There is something to also note that Hard Rock, I believe, has, a 0.03 more multiplier than hidden on Score V2. So
yeah, I think so.
Factoring in just a little bit, but definitely accuracies here, especially on that Hard Rock mod. We see 97, 98, 97 versus 94 and 96 from Chile and then Japan.
That's right.
But yet another pretty close match that had Chile sweating a little bit. If that map was a minute longer, there was a definite way for Japan to get back into that map.
Insta-pick hidden 3. Couldn't see that one coming.
Yeah, and I really like this pick by Japan, really getting their 2 hidden players in here. They both just FC'd a map with hidden. Let's just put them in on another hidden map, especially a hidden tapping map, and just have them go wild. This hidden 3 is a little techy, but is also just very structured along tapping and a little bit of flow aim. Nothing that these players can't chew through.
I wonder who Chile is wanting to put in here. Looks like we're going to see Paxi come in. Along with Sifs and Lasse, excuse me, the kind of the perma lobbies of Chile. Kodomori staying in, Jerry staying in.
And we see Nevs in here for the first time all tournament. Actually did not play a map in qualifiers, but is here now. Maybe here for specifically for the hidden.
Making their debut. Maybe Chile didn't want to reveal any information. I say that's unlikely, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
We did some interesting things to hide info back in the day, so.
I do definitely like the top, somewhere around the top 10, top 5 teams have to start thinking about information hiding in these lower SR round of 32, round of 16 matches.
And we do see Hale and Toxicat. Actually, Kodomori's sitting out. Raimi is replacing him.
Very interesting. Actually, I would have sworn that Kodomori would be very comfortable on this map, but alas, maybe his teammates are just beasting it.
True.
Saying, don't worry, man, I got this.
An insidiously slow start here.
Yeah, and this start kills accuracies. You already see Sif's chain 100ing, Nev's chain 100ing, and Paxi under 90%. Don't worry, guys. We will get into this map soon enough, and then that won't even matter.
Map puts you to sleep for a little bit, and then it's like, hello.
Just gotta warm up a little bit. You gotta get settled in. You gotta be like, okay, I'm shaking my nerves out a little bit on this slower section.
And then all of a sudden you get hit with some awkward sliders into the technical sections. Hale gonna be the first one to drop for Japan here. That is
not what we wanted to see.
Yeah. Actually able to follow it up though. Keep things a little bit even.
And the score is still in Japan's favor by a few thousand, even with the earlier break from Hale. But that break from Hale will go back in Chile's favor.
Yeah, this is honestly just an ACK battle with the 3 FCs. Now, we do see a pretty significant combo advantage for Chile here. Paxi building up a great supporting combo. Jerry, unfortunately, breaking their FC at a pretty inopportune time. It's 3 against 2. Toxicat goes down as well. That is not good for Japan at all on their pick.
Yeah, Raimi has to put in the big boy shoes and hope that Sifs and Lasse do break on something. And Nevs even. It's a 3-way 3 versus 1 right now.
Hale building up a great support, followed by Jerry. Raimi, he's got some great teammates in his back pocket, but we're going to need to see some pretty catastrophic breaks from Chile in order to see that 340k score lead get reduced.
And with this slow section just eating away at the time left remaining on this map, if you're Japan, you're thinking that this is getting a little doomed. We're hoping for a collapse here on Chile's side if we want this point.
Yeah, that score lead, even on the slow section, is just parabolic.
And Raymond misses on air!
Oh,
so
that's
sad.
so
it wasn't in the cards.
That's just a go next.
Unfortunately.
I mean, what do you do against 3 FCs, basically? Wow. Sif's looking really comfortable, 99%.
And this was about expected. I can't remember what we did.
Caster Curse, yes!
Oh, God. Nevs does drop 2, so last day, sole 1 in the lobby, holding that FC. Doing last day things. I remember watching this man in the 2021 5WC just eat Hard Rock DT and just mechanics maps up all throughout the tournament. They took a break for a while, but they are back and they're showing why that maybe they have that 5WC badge.
Lasse pulling out an amazing FC, 980k. Doing some great work for Chile. Sif's closely behind, 874k. Yeah, that's just total domination. Quad S rank, by the way.
That's crazy. But not unheard of on a map like this, where you can just randomly slider break places.
Yeah, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles in round of 32 against the highest seed. I mean, nothing much you can do other than keep your head up and go next.
Yeah, especially on maps that are that long. Sometimes you like play them in practice and you feel really good on them. You feel like you can FC them in match, but then when you get into match and you have to deal with turning nerves on top of just being consistent, a whole nother beast. And sometimes you can be consistent, and sometimes you're just off.
Yeah, and it is going to be Chile looking to pick their way into match point. My guess is Hard Rock 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
there it
they
is.
will pick Hard Rock too. Oh, I get to listen
Such
to
a
this
good
song
song
again.
Yes.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
go.
baby. This was definitely one of the, if you watch the showcase, this was one of the maps that were one of the like most recent maps added to the map pool at the end of the process. And I was so happy when we were able to put a map like this in here, just to have this amazing song in here.
You guys cooked. Certified Michelin star chefs of Osu Cooling.
Earlier today, I believe it was Ixas in here. It might have been, it was him or Ike and I just sitting here listening to the song, and they're like, dang, I need to put this on my playlist. Like, this is so good. And I think that's when you know you've pulled a good map or good song,
Right.
at least. When people are like, okay, I need to listen to this outside of Osu.
Yeah, a lot of the custom maps from last year I just ended up really, really liking. Put some of those on my playlist for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep, for those who have not been around today, this is Hard Rock 2, so it has to be precision. It just has to be. But the real indicator of this map is it is straight aim, and I think for the SR, the jumps are crazy big. For something that's like 170, for this SR, it allows it to have some pretty good spacing for a really good precision test.
Yeah, more of a precision jumpy map. Gotta hit those small circles. Let's see if they can do it. If Japan can hit more small circles than Chile.
What usually happens in Hard Rock 2, if you are not comfortable hitting those small circles, you'll still hit them, but you will have terrible accuracy. I've definitely, if you've been in tournaments for any considerable amount of time, you've definitely been in that scenario where you've rather cheesed out a point against someone with comboing with really bad accuracy, or you've been cheesed by that. So I'm really interested to look at the accuracies of these players and see, while they are comboing a map that is relatively easy in the grand scheme of things, if their accuracy can hold in a stage like this.
Yeah, this map definitely does a great job with Hard Rock testing that precision. Not too, mechanics heavy, it's just a lot of spaced out notes that you gotta hit here. So easy to miss, it's almost like a Nomad 1. Already 2 misses from Japan, unfortunately.
Decay will trade one of those, but there's still 3 FCs to 2.
Kotomori as well. Not what you want to see on the first quarter. Yeah, Chile just looks so comfortable.
Hey, you see the team hundreds on Chile might be matching one of the players on Japan. And that really tells you the scope of how comfortable these teams are on Hard Rock.
Yeah. Lasse and Sif's matching each other with 1-100 at this point, I believe.
And a Kemi, who we didn't talk
tied.
about, come in, who is one of the better Hard Rock players on this Chile team, I feel like. People will sleep on this man, but I really think they are. Showing that he had a SS for about half the map until we started talking about accuracy, of course. So just really good accuracies all across the round for Chile.
Yeah.
Part of me just doesn't want to talk because I'm listening to the song.
I know, right? It's so good.
In the grand scheme of things, there isn't that much to talk about right now. We're seeing a two-way on Last Day in Sifs. I believe that is not the last time that sentence will be said this tournament. While the rest of the lobby is just trolling behind, trying to keep up.
Yeah, basically a double S from Sifs. Low act double S.
Yeah, we take that. That's probably what,
That's
200s,
wild.
100?
I think 100. That's disgusting,
100.
actually.
That is crazy.
Just barely 1.1 mil.
Yeah, and just like that, it's match point for Chile, and it's Japan's pick. So I really hope that they go pick Nomad 5, their Protect, and then they will. I believe this is definitely one of the maps that can take a point off of Chile here. And that map will be Koino Hondo. We did a little bit of tweaking of AR and CS on this map. Not AR, it's CS on this map. CS and OD specifically, to try to get it a little bit harder to not double S this map. But this is a map from 2011. So that tells you about as much as you need to know about what you're going to see here. It's going to be a lot of weird patterns, a lot of old style cursor in a circle really slowly, long sweeping sliders. You're going to get all of that, all of the good old map experience here.
Certified pre anyone who was mapping knew what they were doing era.
So true. And I was initially hesitant about this map, thinking that it would be cleared super easy, especially after we did a CS edit on it. But I've been very surprised that we've seen like 2 mil team scores, 2.5 mil team scores on this. So it is still pretty hard in the grand scheme of everything.
Yeah, AR7 CS 4.3, definitely uncomfortable. Traditionally, this would probably be reserved for speed, and these kind of more reading picks would be reserved for Hidden or Fremont 2. But when you see that in a Nomad slot, it can throw off some of these players for sure.
Yeah. The player to watch here on this map has to be Reimei. They have shown up in old map fantasy tournaments. They have been putting up, or they in the past put up crazy scores in old map tournaments. So I'm very, very interested to see how this man shreds this map.
Are we going to see Kodomori? Yes, we are. And just need some more wind in their sails here. Looking to use their Protect to get back in this game. Round of 32, against a high seed, it's so hard to put up a good fight. But we've seen so many, bottom-seeded teams just fighting tooth and nail. So looking really forward to seeing Japan do some great work on their Protect here.
High hopes coming into this match. Hopefully, we will see them convert. But who knows?
Yeah, Sif's already kind of trolling.
Yeah, coming to this, maybe not expecting AR7, maybe taking a little bit to get comfortable into this environment. This is still very, very dense on AR7 CS 4.3.
Yeah, Japan definitely taking the comfort award here, looking really strong. Reimei, of course, as you mentioned, the old map fantasy player, just putting in great work, 97% AC. By far the highest AC in the lobby right now.
Yeah, and Japan just gapping Chile, kind of reversing the roles here. Oh, look. I just looked at Reimei's spinner. You know that man plays like old maps. That guy was spinning like 400 plus.
I didn't catch that, but I do believe it. I was looking at another part of the screen.
We see a couple misses. Kodomori and Skit. We did not talk about some of these players coming into this lobby. Skit coming in for the first time this match. Breaking, and we are actually still very, very close here coming into this break.
Yeah, Reimei putting on the carry pants here. It is no longer the Kodomori show for Japan. Hale also doing a great job on that supporting combo. Second highest supporting combo in the lobby.
Yeah, Chile is matching that with a Pax FC and a Sifs. Oh, okay, I just jinxed that. But Sifs with a pretty decent recovery combo after absolutely butchering, as I butcher that word, the start. But with Pax breaking, we will see Japan take a very demanding lead here.
Yeah, Decay also breaking, unfortunately. There's one map in this pool that Chile is probably really not comfortable on. It's definitely this, and probably Hidden too.
We keep talking about this like Chile has gone out of this map, and up until about right now, it was still within reach. Reimei and Sif's the only one with combos. And if one of them break, it could definitely swing the other direction. It's still about 200k of wiggle room to get in this map per player.
Oh, wow, that is a pattern. Most people hit it though. That's good, that's good.
I hope you liked your old map experience. Hope you enjoyed your
great.
stay. And
Next
Reimei
stop,
doing...
modern DT.
And Reimei doing exactly what was expected. We say that like it's not a big deal, but that was definitely a very, very good score by him. Carrying Japan to a second point.
We do see DT3.
And it keeps going and keeps moving. Okay, there it is.
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
This map it has a decent amount of finger control in it. It was put in for its finger control, but there is some definitely non-trivial aim components of this, so you can't just put in your whatever players in here, your finger control players in here, and expect them to get good scores. You definitely need to have at least some amount of aim in your skill set to combo through this map.
Aim in my speed map.
I know.
Who put that there?
Death sentence. Only solution.
Banger, as usual from this pool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
4-2, great fight. I'm saying that like it's like a boxing match, but the Osu equivalent of a boxing match.
Basically, you get your like left hook in, you get your right like punch in to retaliate, breakpoint, gut punch. You know, you can make a comparison there.
Subaban coming in for Japan. First time we've seen them in the lobby.
I believe they were in for Hard Rock 1.
Oh, really?
Or Hard Rock 2. One of those maps. They did play at least one, but you know, the DT roster here for Japan. Reimei basically perma-lobbied. Jerry coming in, very good fill player for Japan, with Kotomori and Subaban coming in, hoping to combo through some of this map. With Chile's defined DT pool. Last Sif's never leaving this lobby, and then Pax and Akemi definitely the better mechanics fill players on this team, at least for this specific skill set.
Yeah, you're right. Subaban was in for Hard Rock 1 at the start of the match. Looking to see some great mechanics performances from them as well. Looking to extend this match a little bit longer. Or Chile may just take it, close things out right here.
Yeah, it looks like we are...
Did we see the board? Or what was that?
We are seeing a really quick abort. Just maybe a little bit of a scare, trying to get something in. Maybe, you know, keyboard wasn't plugged in, or something happened and there was a VC call. And I know stuff like that sometimes like happens all the time with big teams, especially.
Wrong skin.
The worst thing is hearing "good luck, guys," and then you hear like half of a word before you hit that deafen button.
That happened in quals on a lobby I was reffing, and they said they had the wrong skin and it was fine.
Yeah.
I did not abort. All right, match point for Chile. Reimei, first one to break, followed by Lasse. Is it Lasse or Lass?
I think it's Lasse.
Lasse? Okay.
Like, I don't know. That's
I'll say Lasse.
yeah. We do
3
see
to
some
3 FCs, yeah.
Actually, we see Kotomari dropping very early, but it'll be an FC if he FCs throughout. You know, it'll be like 900k, 950k.
Low miss FC.
Yeah, low miss FC. And we're already getting into some of these burstier patterns, a little bit more finger control action here.
Wow.
Not really tripping up any players here, but this is really a battle of consistency here. Can you play this type of map for 4 minutes?
Yeah, I don't want to pin it on one player, but Reime's accuracy is just slightly behind, giving Chile that slight edge. The combos are totally even right now. Slight combo disadvantage from Kotomori's early miss, but yeah, it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, the margins are still very, very thin. A miss from either side will take it the other direction. Especially as we reach our halfway point, and everyone is still comboing this except for the very, very early misses. This is a very good just team score across the thing, but we do see Akemi being the first one down.
Ooh, Japan putting up such a good fight here, looking to claw it back. Their morale just shot through the roof.
They see the score, they see the situation, they see they're still
wind
behind.
is in their sails. Yep, there goes that score bar. Just ever so slightly. And it flips. Japan knows what must be done.
Yeah, and this last KI is definitely the hardest of the map, like most maps in this game. We do see a miss from Subaban.
That is devastating. Oh no. Don't do it, Kotomori, no!
And that'll flip right back to Chile.
Chile closing things out. It's devastation for Japan. Chile takes it 5-2.
And the miss from Reime, insult to injury. So close yet so far.
I was looking so forward to seeing this match go on for just a bit longer. That would have been a great morale boost for Japan, but that is going to do it for Chile versus Japan in this round of 32 match. Japan will be moving to the losers bracket. Chile will be advancing to the round of 16 in winners bracket. Yep. GG, well played.
I always love the first week of the tournament. You know, you can watch some matches and know that no one's going home yet. Both of these teams still have a chance to make a deep run, regardless if they win or lose here.
For sure. Yeah, I really love seeing how strong these lower seeded teams have been performing in these matches. And I just really hope they can... I mean, I feel like all of these teams are worthy of such a good losers bracket run, but we'll just have to find out next week.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting watching losers matches next week, because I feel like every match I've watched this week, I've seen teams that look like they have the potential to go somewhere. But you know, when you get to that, you get to the losers round one team has to go home. Always makes so unfortunate. Very interesting storylines.
The unfortunate reality of OSU tournaments double a limb, but that is going to do it for us. This has been Stage and Noob. Thank you, Noob, for commentating with me today. It's always really a pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you for you coming as well. We do have another match in 15 minutes, so stay tuned for that, but I believe we will be cutting stream for just a little bit, switching streamers around and such.
Yep, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with that in 15 minutes, and I think that'll be on the main channel as well, yeah?
Yeah, should be.
Awesome. Perfect.
See you then,
All
guys.
right, thanks, guys.